And away we go. It is the Nightcap, brought to you by Hail Mary Sports Bar right here on BearcatJournal.com. Go see our good friends at Hail Mary's. They're located in Cheviot. They're on Harrison Avenue. They're in the Door District, so you can go from bar to bar with your drinks, or you can hang out at Hail Mary's. They got 27 TVs, 9-screen video wall. They have the DirecTV Sports package, so you can watch all the games. You can go watch the Reds in the playoffs tonight, tomorrow, hopefully Thursday. Maybe not Thursday. But either way, they have brand new walk-in coolers, brand new draft line. And guess what? Ice cold Cincy Light on tap in 32.8 degree frosted glasses. All right, Aaron, let's get this thing knocked out as quick as possible. The Reds just started. A quick 1-2-3 inning in the top of the first as we record. But let's get this show on the road. It is Talkin time as we get ready for top 15 Iowa State. Nip at noon. I was fine with this one. The UCF one pissed me off. Like, come on.
If you're going to make it a rivalry, make it a rivalry.
Right. Whatever. Talking. Scott Satterfield. Take it away.
All right. Scott Satterfield said it's the most recruits they've ever had in for a game in this one. You have a sold-out game against a ranked opponent, first time since Oklahoma in 23 that you've hosted a ranked opponent. So,
Aaron, Keegan and I are collaborating on the list of recruits that are coming, and he almost quit. There's so many.
It's real who's who.
I mean, our fans are going to be happy with the list. Usually they're like, meh, I don't like this list. You're going to like the list this week. It is an impressive list. Maybe even, I don't know, maybe even a 5-star in there, Aaron. Maybe even a 5-star on campus Saturday.
That's
Keegan and I are collaborating on the list. That'll be up here tomorrow or Thursday, one of the two. But yes, a big list.
What do you know? They're already having issues with the pitcher comm. Unbelievable.
Act like you've been there before, Aaron. Oh, they haven't. They haven't.
Coach said they got to be aggressive, especially on the road, especially in this league, and that is why they went for it on 4th and 1.
Talking about the 4th and 1 in the first quarter at your own 34-yard line. Second drive of the game. Put them on the table. We're being aggressive.
I liked it. Dante Corleone is still questionable, but trending in the right way. He is very close to being able to play this week. On the other hand, Joe Royer is ready to go this week. So
Joe Royer was a full participant in practice today. Was not in a restricted jersey, was in a white jersey, was out there making plays. So Joe Royer, good to go, can confirm, seen it with my own eyes.
Gonna need it. Said that having gone against our defense in spring and then in camp, they feel a little better about going against this Iowa State defense. But, of course, there's plenty of scheme changes and nuances that Iowa State does, having done this for years at this point.
Yes.
Said that they gave up running yards last year, but they were really good against the pass, speaking about Iowa State's defense again. But this year it's a little more even, and their defense is still solid. So he didn't want to get it twisted. It's just more even as far as they're not giving up necessarily way more run yards or way more pass yards. They're just not giving up much of anything.
Their secondary was dominant last year. Dominant. So that, like
Sorsby had 66 yards. Yeah, we know.
Yeah. They are without their 2 starting corners now.
Drats.
Both guys lost for the season. They're still loaded at that position. Like it's not a instant weakness for them. They have guys to put in there, but they're putting guys in there that haven't played a lot of football, and you're doing it against a pass offense that's clicking at a pretty high level right now. So those guys are going to be tested. Cincinnati's not going to go into this game thinking what they thought last year. We have to stay away from throwing the ball on them. I think they're going to be aggressive in the pass game, especially with the news today that both of those corners are out for the rest of the year.
Said that we have good weapons on offense that you have to figure out how to get the ball to. 9 different receivers in the game against Kansas, caught passes. You got to get both running backs involved. They just have a lot of weapons that he's excited to use.
They do. Fun for a coach. And guys just emerging. Gavin Grover, okay. 2 big catches while Royer was out. That's a big boy. He can make plays. You add that with now you got 5 wide receivers really that you trust in game situations.
Yep.
And Joe Royer and Gavin Grover and the 2 running backs and Sorsby. There's a plethora of weapons, Aaron.
Said getting those 3 points before the half was big to only be tied once Kansas scored after the half rather than giving up the lead. Said he wants to create more turnovers. Would love for some other guys, pretty much other than Peak, to create some turnovers. You have to pressure the quarterback in order to create those turnovers. So he subtly almost was like calling out the defense for not getting enough defensive pressure, I thought, throughout this conference.
Not I thought it was some of that, and he talked also about being closer to the receivers, not giving as much cushion.
We'll get
being
to that.
More aggressive, yeah.
And my next point being, you've got to tighten up coverage at times. You can be soft, but you've got to mix it up and match coverages, align properly, have great eye control to help the pass defense, and essentially. I think he probably named off, I don't know if I got everything, but he named off like 5 or 6 things that the defense, especially the defensive backfield, has to work on to get better. Said that Rocco Becht is a winner because he's able to make plays. His play action is strong. Their tight ends make plays. They have some weapons as well.
Yeah. Tight ends are very good. Mm-hmm. They're going to be a problem.
Mm-hmm. Especially for a team that at times has struggled to tackle. Said that Brendan and Gavin Gerhardt were a big difference in keeping the team in the game. They kept the team poised on the sidelines and on the field. Their experience and the team's kind of buy-in, their belief in the program at this point is palpable, and that's why the team didn't hang their heads when they were down at any point against Kansas, and you saw that
when they
play
had
out.
4 touchdowns taken off the board.
Man,
double-digit plays sent to the conference.
Good,
double-digit.
Said that last year they were always 1 play short. This year they're actually making those plays. So the special teams has been huge, both kicking and punting. Said that against Kansas, you didn't steal the game, even without Dante, who was leading on the sidelines. Don't get it twisted. You did not steal this game. You won this game.
Yeah.
Keegan. Said that Jalen Hunt filled the void for Dante. He was the key playing in that scenario, and he put pressure on the quarterback a couple of times that they saw on film. That is not, to me, I want to see more than a couple of times, especially for a guy who's filling in for Dante. But I think that's something you can build.
Well, he didn't really play inside a lot. He played a little bit, but Kamari Burns and Isaiah Rodgers were the 2 guys that played inside for most of the day. When he talks about filling in for Dante, I think he's talking about being like the leader of the defensive line.
Okay.
He was inside a little bit, but he was in his normal spot most of the time.
Still want to see more than a couple of pressures, especially for coming in from the outside.
From the other side, yes. From his side, that's the run-stopping end. Like, they're not asked to get up the field. The other end, where Micah Coleman is, where CJ McCray is, that's the guy asked to get up the field.
Everybody needs to be back there. Everybody. Jailbreak.
Yeah, that's how you get lane gap inconsistencies, Aaron, and then you give up a bunch of rushing yards.
So that packed stadiums affect your offense, and Nippert has a chance to do that this weekend against Iowa State. Advantage for us. You need to be able the team feeds off of it. They need to feed off of it. The fans feed off what the team's doing. It's kind of just a circle, a cycle, however you want to phrase it. Said that whatever time they tell us to play, our boys are going to be ready to play. We need it packed and loud and rowdy. So that's all I got on Coach. Moving on to Brendan Sorsby. I almost feel bad for him that he doesn't actually get to see really any of the offensive highlights until he watches the film. He just listens and gets to hear the crowd reaction to know if it actually happened or not. But he said he didn't see the tip ball, but he heard the oohs and the ahs, and then
that was a great descriptor of that. The oohs that he threw a bad pass, the ahs that pass landed safely on the turf without being intercepted.
And said that this team found a way to persevere. He said they knew that Satterfield was going to go for it. No one on the offense budged, which did instill confidence, especially when you went and scored after going for it on that fourth down. And then that set the tone, especially when they did go and score. So that set the tone for the whole game. Said that he knew he had some insider information, nudge, nudge, wink, wink, because, he's on the team and all. That there was a pretty good chance that Dante wasn't going to play, but said he did love his sideline vocal leadership. Pretty much anytime the defense was coming off the field, you've seen pictures, you've seen video of Dante just being the biggest fan out there. Pun intended. Said that people think he's giving a quarterback answer when he says that he loves throwing to all of his guys, but he genuinely does think that he has a load of weapons and he loves throwing to all of them, as evidenced by 9 guys, all of whom had 2 targets, except for Isaiah Johnson, who was not credited with the second target, but did have 2 targets. They just called the one illegal touching. Just saying. Said that the Jennings catch was crazy. He got hit low and didn't get to see it. But again, he heard and he knew. And I can't even imagine. Said that both defenses were doing good things, but both offenses got things going. And he knew that they were just going to have to put points up. You got the feeling pretty early on that it was going to be a shootout. And that was evidenced.
Look, man, say what you will about Brendan Sorsby. One thing that will never be questioned, he is tough. Tough. What's the tougher than a $2 steak?
I don't know. I still keep thinking about when he got hit both in the back and at his legs, and he got folded.
Yeah.
And I thought for sure that, oh no.
I thought for sure on the first drive.
When he was limping off, yeah.
When they hit him square, when you watch that replay, that guy hit him square in his knee.
Look,
he limped off, and I was like, oh, boy.
He's a tough son of a bitch, man.
He is, man. He's had his ups and downs. He's been great at times. He's been inconsistent at times. You will never, ever, ever question his toughness.
Not ever. Said he would rather throw than run, but last year's 66 yards weren't what he wants, and he has a better overall feel for the scheme of the defense after having gone against it in practices for the year and a half that he's been here.
I think he got mad at me a little bit.
After that?
He was like, I had 70 yards against Iowa State last year. I was like 66. He was like, thanks, Chad. Thanks.
Yeah, well. He said the atmosphere at Arrowhead.
He busts a lot of guys' chops when he's up there. If he
said
he can take it a little bit.
He said during his presser today he wanted negative feedback because that's what drives him. So you win. The atmosphere at Arrowhead was really loud and has prepared them for road games. They can go silent cadence if needed, and they didn't seem that they had to do that against Kansas, but they still have that in their arsenal. Said that after every win, he takes the offensive line to Jeff Ruby's, and he might get them dessert for being beef of the week.
Get the Jordan cake.
I don't think those dudes care, if I'm being completely honest.
No, just give me dessert.
With the sack out of the way, he said that he can hang out in the pocket a little longer now. I thought that was his funniest comment of the day.
He was funny today, for sure.
But just said that, now I get it. You got that one out of the way. It's done. You don't have to worry about trying to keep the unblemished mark unblemished. You've been sacked. Fine. And now he can just hang out in the pocket a little bit longer and see if he can make that extra read and get the ball out. Said the locker room and plane ride home were better to be in after finally getting one of these wins where they have come up the short man on the totem pole, if you will, far more often than not,
especially on the road.
Some that the defenses are very similar, and you can get good reads from our defense, but they do some different stuff. Speaking of Iowa State's defense, but our defense is going to do what they need to do to get the pass game going this year, as far as challenging them in practice and what have you. So, Tawi Walker said that because Brendan Sorsby had talked about he has stiff hips and he was not able to get that ball because he has stiff hips, and that's actually where he talked about wanting to catch some negative feedback because he caught plenty of it last year, and so he said he's giving it out to Tawi because he said that play.
Tawi had a great answer to that, though.
Well, I'll get to it, but he said Brendan said that play was designed for Evan Pryor, not for Tawi Walker. Tawi Walker finds himself out there all alone and comes inside, reads it on the right, and then has to turn around and spin to the left.
His hips were stiff. Evan's got swivel. He's got more swivel in his hips.
Tawi said that it was a blown coverage, a miscommunication. He went on to a little bit more detail. That's what I have in my notes. But he was out there. He tried to get it over one shoulder, had to turn around.
Tawi said he thought the corner ran with him, and the corner cut off the route and was just in a zone. So Tawi's running, thinking the corner is on his inside. That's why he expected the ball over here.
Over that shoulder? Okay.
Brendon saw the safety and knew that the corner
wanted to keep him out of the play. Yeah.
So he wanted to keep the safety out of the play, but Tawi thought, because he thought that corner was still running on his hip, that he had to take it more to the middle and not to the sideline. So classic miscommunication.
When talking about late in the game on that final drive, said that the box lightened up. He had confidence. Coach called a great game. When he ran for 17 yards to get to the 2-yard line there, the box just lightened up and they took advantage. Said he's never going to question coach putting the ball in his hands. Good on you. Said that he wasn't told not to score, so he just played ball. So there was no communication from the sidelines that you need to drag this thing out and run the clock or anything like that. So he just punched it in.
Get us 6, baby. Get us 6.
And said that you have to capitalize on your opportunities. Talking about the ball share between him and Evan Pryor. But if you get more, it does build your confidence. And he doesn't think that Kansas just let him score, by the way. I don't either.
I talked to a bunch of people today that felt the same. Like, you're up 4. If there could be a false start, and now all of a sudden Cincinnati's at goal to go from the 6. You could get a stop, a fumble. Like, there's a million things that could happen. I think they got beat. I think they got beat so bad off the line to create that hole for them, for Tawi, that it looked like they quit.
Yeah, I don't think that they just let him score. But Noah Jennings, real quick here, we'll run through this, try and beat 20 minutes. I don't think we're going to. Said that there was nothing going through his brain except catch the ball. It was the biggest catch in his career to this point. Said that you've got to be able to make the catch, but having the sticky gloves doesn't hurt. Thanks, Scott. Said that finding out and understanding his role, he understands that everyone in the room is going to get their opportunity. You just have to be ready when your number's called. You've got to adjust yourself to how coaches like to run your defense when you're new to a team. especially new coaches. They want everything. At least in Cincinnati, the new coaches here wanted everything to be player led. So being around the guys helps you catch on to things. So that's why they feel like a guy like Isaiah Johnson was able to catch on as quickly as he was. So that he had a confidence boost at higher ground, not just him making plays, but also his peers making them as well. And that's how he feels that he gets better, is watching his peers excel, which pushes him to excel. It's kind of iron sharpens iron. Crazy concept. I know we've never heard that around here or anything.
FE2.
Yeah, I like Brady's actual explanation on that one, but said he's always expected himself to succeed at this level. He just had to prove it to himself that he belonged to this level at this level. And after this last game and kind of showing out, especially on that fantastic catch, I did it. That's all I got.
Look, Mom, I did it. All right, there you go. Let's go watch some playoff baseball. That's the nightcap, brought to you by Hail Mary Sports Bar, right here on BearcatJournal.com.
See ya!